Now, our profession has had more than its share of fads and buzzwords, and one of the latest is that we need to take a consulting approach to our work. But what does taking a consulting approach mean? Why is it different to what we do now, and why can we often find it difficult? In this week's 5 Minute Monday, we'll look at what it takes to be an HR consultant. So, how is it different to what we do now? To become an HR professional, we've often studied really hard to achieve our accreditation, and we've built up years of experience. So we've reached a point in our careers where we can enjoy our status as the resident expert. It can feel so good when a manager comes to us, uncertain about what to do, maybe a bit anxious about getting it wrong, and we give them the answer. Sorted. Or maybe we've been asked by our leadership team to produce a new policy or process. We respond quickly, we set to work and we implement it. Again, happy customers, an action ticked off our list, job done. But an HR consultant will typically respond differently to these two scenarios. Instead of taking pride in giving the right answer or following orders from on high, they will do the following instead. They'll question and probe to ensure that they have fully understood the issue. What's the context? What is the leader actually trying to achieve? What are the personalities at play here, and so on? They'll offer and explore a range of solutions that might fit better with what they're trying to achieve. For example, is that policy really going to deliver? Or is that process necessarily the right approach? What other options might be more effective? They'll establish how the manager could be helped to arrive at a solution for themselves, to build their confidence in using their judgment instead of always relying on HR for the answer, building capability instead of being the font of all HR knowledge. And HR consultants don't just respond differently to these situations. They also work proactively, using data and insights to understand the pain points and needs. They challenge the status quo in ways that are both brave, but which don't alienate their client group. And they use agile techniques to ensure that their proposed solutions are really going to add value. Now, this all sounds so positive and a really engaging way to deliver HR. So why can it feel uncomfortable? And why can we find it so difficult to move to this consulting approach? Well, I think there are three key reasons. Number one, our leaders may just want a quick answer. They may not appreciate us responding to their instruction or query with a list of questions. In my experience, we have to use our judgment about when and with whom we use these consulting techniques. Sometimes, of course, just giving them the correct answer might be the most expedient thing to do. And indeed, by doing so, we can establish our credibility with the manager so that next time they might be more open to alternative approaches. I used to say to my team that, no manager is going to be open to a deep and challenging conversation about organisation design if we haven't paid their people properly. But that doesn't mean that they'll never be open to it. We just need to judge the right moment. Then, of course, we also quite like being the expert. We can derive our sense of value from sorting out managers' problems. They're grateful, and we feel like we've done a good job. Being a consultant can mean that we're not going to get that immediate hit of dopamine. It's a kind of longer term gain, but one that's going to add greater value to our organisation. To be an effective consultant, we sometimes have to give away some of our power and see our role as building their expertise rather than relishing our status as the expert. And thirdly, we can find a consulting approach trickier because it's less straightforward. We need to be more comfortable with working with ambiguity. We're using our judgment more and relying less on what the policy says or what the so-called best-in-class process dictates. Each leader that we're going to work with is different, and we need to be able to adapt our approach and our coaching style to accommodate their particular needs. This is not easy. It's a sophisticated approach that takes courage and intellect and great interpersonal skills. And we may not have the confidence that we can take this approach. You know, we need to work at it. I can't remember where I read it, but there was an article that said that great consulting is all about the 3 C's: competence, credibility, and confidence. And I think these 3 C's can serve us well as we try to move away from being the order takers or problem fixers and towards adding longer term value based on consulting with our leaders. We need to work on our competence, not just as HR experts, but at asking the right questions and in providing tailored solutions. Our credibility will come not just from knowing about HR, but providing options based on a deep understanding of the business, our leaders, our people, and a range of innovative solutions. And as for confidence, well, that, as with anything, comes from starting small. Try it out with 1 or 2 friendly managers and practice. So why not think about 1 or 2 questions you can ask next time that you're asked for the answer, and give it a go. Hi, and thanks for watching. If you found it useful, make sure you subscribe and turn on notifications to get more videos like this.